Are you the type of person who likes to make things or break things or both? I know I'm a maker and a breaker because that's how I learn. How do you or what do you make or what do you break in order for you to learn? And what does that have to do with tech hosting? Well, have you ever been in an online session where something breaks? I bet you have. Most online sessions I'm in, something goes wrong and someone needs my help. They can be little things like someone's audio isn't working, or breakouts don't go as planned, or someone's bandwidth is bad. Or they can be big, like a third party collaboration tool freezes up or completely shuts down. So, how do you respond when there's a glitch or things break? Now, me personally, I love it when things break. That's about mindset. Brian Chirallo, resident expert at Tech Host Academy and award winning author of Surviving the Horror of Online Meetings, often says he likes to enter an online session with a mindset of wonder. I wonder what will break today. That's such a great mindset. But how you respond to a glitch or something that goes wrong reveals a lot about you. Do you react in fear because you don't know what to do? Or do you respond with the grace of a swan? There are three things to consider when it comes to being prepared as a tech host in online sessions. Can you anticipate what issues might arise before you even get into the virtual room? Do you have the emotional intelligence and awareness to stay calm when they do? And are you confident that when they do break, you know how to fix them? If you answered yes to all of these, you have a high level of tech hosting aptitude. If you didn't answer a resounding yes, here's what you can do to increase your aptitude. For those who can anticipate what issues might arise before they even get into the virtual room, likely have a lot of experience tech hosting. But if you're just starting out, you can have a repeatable, scalable approach design that will get you far in setting yourself and your clients up for success. For those who have a high emotional intelligence and awareness to stay calm when things break, they likely have a natural tendency to stay calm under pressure. But that natural ability shouldn't preclude you from becoming a tech host. I don't have that natural ability. I had to learn it. And you can too. Maintaining presence under pressure not only takes practice, but it takes skill and knowing how your online presence can make a difference for others. Those skills can be used offline too. Sure, you can use the tools I offer up in the lessons to practice self awareness and apperception, but to maintain equanimity requires real time feedback and resilience. And if you ranked yourself high in terms of having high confidence when it comes to things breaking because you know how to fix them, it's because you have a high level of tech mastery. Now, I want to dive into that a little bit because so many people think that tech hosting is about the tech. We aren't IT people. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we as tech hosts do so much more than just tech. Approach design and presence will get us far. In fact, these are skill sets that get us work, help us maintain client relationships, and build our brand. But the tech part? Now, I rarely say this. And if you've watched some of my videos, I always say it's not about tech, even though it's tech mastery, even though it's Tech Coast Academy. It is important. Tech is important. I'll admit it. But it's not as hard as you think. Okay. Some generations were born with technology in their hands and some had to learn it. I'll give you that. I get it. But that just goes to show that tech mastery is a learned skill. And to be a tech host in an online session can vary depending on the needs of the group and your role. Let me give you some examples. When I first started tech hosting, it was at the beginning of the pandemic, and it was to give creative groups who just wanted to get online, learn, create together, and connect. There was a lot of hand holding, and I was in great demand. So I designed a tech check session that was presented like a class, then followed up by a Q&A and some simple sandboxing. Then, because I facilitated or graphic facilitated in meetings, I could see during an online session that tech was getting in the way of the facilitated process. So I would quickly jump in and help. I became highly valuable and sought after in the corporate world because I understood the facilitated process and could wear many hats. Being the tech host was great because I could help ensure a smooth experience for everyone, participants and facilitators. Now, are you seeing a pattern here? If you're a service minded person who can stay curious and is willing to learn, you can tech host. All of these skills can be learned, and I teach them at Tech Host Academy. In next week's sandbox session, we will be exploring all kinds of things. Based on the needs of the group, we will tackle the easy stuff first and then build up to the harder stuff. Having a hard time thinking of what could happen in a sandbox session? Well, think of a recent online session that you had where you knew it could be improved. Maybe you noticed that people were talking and interrupting the presenter. A tech host could help by setting the etiquette. Maybe it was how the group moved from being in Zoom or an online meeting application to working collaboratively using a third party software. A tech host could have made the process more smooth. So think back at a recent online session. Was there something you would like to try in a sandbox session so you can practice it and suggest it next time you have the opportunity? Or did you just have this gnawing feeling and wasn't sure what to do? Well, sandboxes are a great place to ask and try out new things. Have you been in an online session and someone did something and you thought, how do they do that? Can I do that? Bring it to the sandbox session. Now, uh, if you don't know how to do something and you think, I should know this already, something really simple like how do breakout sessions work, or how do I change my profile picture, or how do I make that waiting room image really cool? No worries. Bring it to the sandbox. I can guarantee that if I don't have the answer, someone in the room does. And if not, I bring in experts all the time to answer that for just in time learning. Sandboxes are brave spaces where we can make and break things. And I hope you'll join us at Tech Host Academy for an upcoming sandboxing session where you can bring questions you've always wanted to ask, but maybe we're a little afraid to. That way, you can try something before taking it to the client when all eyes are on you to fix it. And when you do, you have increased experience, confidence, and tech hosting aptitude. Join us at Tech Host Academy, where we learn to make online sessions more engaging, efficient, and equitable.